An unprecedented crisis is unfolding in Spain. Thousands of migrants from Morocco are making their way to this country, to a Spanish port city. Spain has deployed the army to patrol the border.
Spain, a country known for its rich history, vibrant culture, and beautiful landscapes, has long been a focal point in discussions about immigration in Europe. Over the years, Spain has faced significant challenges regarding immigration, particularly with waves of migrants arriving from Africa, Latin America, and other regions, often in search of better economic opportunities.
Around 5,000 migrants have entered Spain's North African enclave of Ceuta, some swimming almost 2 kilometers along the coastline from neighboring Morocco.
Or fleeing from conflict and instability. The Spanish government has grappled with how to manage this influx of people while ensuring both national security and the well-being of immigrants. After years of struggle, Spain has recently made significant strides in addressing and resolving its immigration crisis, a feat that has garnered international attention and praise. This success story, while multifaceted, offers valuable insights into how a nation can navigate the complex dynamics of immigration in the 21st century.
Now, Spain has deployed soldiers to the land border of its North African enclave of Ceuta after an estimated 6,000 people arrived there yesterday. The government says it's now returned nearly half of them to Morocco. Many of the migrants gathered at the border fence. Witnesses said Moroccan police appeared to do nothing to intervene, fueling speculation that the relaxing of the border controls is a political move by Morocco. Guy Hedgecoe reports from Madrid.
Before we start, please don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more updates. One of the key factors in Spain's successful handling of its immigration crisis has been the implementation of comprehensive policy reforms that address both the causes and consequences of migration. Unlike many other European countries, where immigration policy has often been characterized by reactionary measures and short-term fixes, Spain has taken a more holistic approach. This has involved not only tightening border controls, but also investing in integration programs, economic development in migrants' countries of origin, and regional cooperation with neighboring countries. One of the most notable policy shifts has been Spain's renewed focus on economic development in Africa, particularly in the countries from which many migrants originate.
It's one of the few times people are happy to be taken to a police station. These are the newest arrivals in Ceuta. They had landed earlier on the eastern side of the peninsula. The Spanish enclave overlooks the Strait of Gibraltar, where the Mediterranean Sea and Atlantic Ocean meet. It's one of the world's busiest shipping lanes. But it's also a crossroads for illegal activities, from drugs and arms smuggling to people trafficking.
Recognizing that poverty, unemployment, and lack of opportunities are major drivers of migration, the Spanish government has partnered with African nations to create job opportunities and improve living conditions in these regions. This strategy, often referred to as migration management at the source, aims to reduce the incentive for people to leave their home countries in search of a better life in Europe. By addressing the root causes of migration, Spain has not only helped to stabilize regions prone to out-migration, but has also reduced the pressure on its own borders. In addition to fostering economic development abroad, Spain has made significant investments in its domestic integration programs for immigrants. These programs are designed to help newcomers adapt to Spanish society, find employment, and contribute to the economy. Language courses, vocational training, and cultural orientation programs have been key components of this effort.
That very morning, a boat headed towards the island's main port. On board, 160 migrants piled up on top of each other. The weakest were taken to dry land first. After 7 days at sea, many of them were suffering from dehydration and infections.
He estado viendo que hay pocos niños también.
Ahora menores han salido 12 menores, pero menores de 17, 15, 16.
Pero niños pequeñitos.
Pero pequeños, ninguno.
Menos mal. 6 meses aproximadamente, 5 o 6 meses.
6 months ago, at this port, there was practically nothing here. no installation at all. But as boats kept constantly arriving, we had to organize ourselves urgently.
The Spanish government has recognized that successful integration is essential for maintaining social cohesion and preventing the kind of social unrest and polarization that has plagued other countries with large immigrant populations. By ensuring that immigrants have the tools and support they need to thrive in their new home, Spain has not only improved the lives of migrants, but also strengthened its own social fabric. Another important aspect of Spain's immigration strategy has been its focus on legal migration pathways. The Spanish government has worked to expand legal channels for migration, making it easier for people to enter the country lawfully and reducing the appeal of dangerous and illegal routes. For example, Spain has increased the number of work visas available to migrants from certain countries and has streamlined the process for obtaining these visas. This approach not only helps to ensure that migrants are able to contribute to the economy.
In just a year, 250 boats have arrived on the shores of El Hierro, more than 14,000 migrants. The smallest island in the Canaries, there are less than 11,000 residents here. Less than an hour after their arrival, the migrants are transported off.
Ahora esta guagua va hacia San Andrés.
The bus is only for adult migrants who are taken to the island's largest reception centre. Built on a hill, it can house 500 people. Journalists aren't allowed inside.
But also reduces the risks associated with illegal migration, such as human trafficking and exploitation. Spain has also been a leader in regional cooperation on immigration issues. Recognizing that migration is a transnational challenge that cannot be solved by any one country alone, Spain has worked closely with its neighbors in Europe and Africa to develop coordinated responses to migration flows. This has included joint border patrols, intelligence sharing, and collaborative efforts to combat human trafficking networks. Spain has also played a key role in advocating for a more balanced and equitable approach to burden sharing within the European Union. By working together with other countries, Spain has been able to enhance its own security while also contributing to a more stable and orderly migration system in the region. One of the most innovative elements of Spain's immigration policy has been its use of technology to manage migration flows more effectively. The Spanish government has invested in advanced surveillance systems, data analytics, and other technological tools to monitor and control its borders more efficiently. These technologies have not only helped to prevent illegal entries.
These migrants hit rocks and capsized off Lanzarote in Spain's Canary Islands. They had travelled 1,500 kilometres in a small fishing boat from North Africa. Young men set out full of optimism to the tourist paradise. 8 drowned in their quest on Tuesday. Hundreds have suffered the same fate in the last month. In 24 hours, 17 boats were intercepted off the Canary Islands. 450 people were rescued, with the search continuing into the following day. More than 17,000 migrants have arrived here this year,
but have also allowed for more accurate tracking of migration trends, enabling the government to respond more swiftly to changes in migration patterns. In addition, Spain has implemented digital platforms that streamline the process of applying for visas and other immigration-related services, making it easier for people to navigate the system and reducing the backlog of applications. Spain's efforts to manage its immigration crisis have also been bolstered by a strong commitment to human rights and the protection of migrants. Unlike some other countries, where immigration enforcement has often been associated with harsh and inhumane practices, Spain has made it a priority to ensure that its immigration policies are grounded in respect for human dignity. This has included providing humanitarian assistance to migrants in need, offering asylum to those fleeing persecution, and ensuring that deportation procedures are carried out in accordance with international law. Spain's commitment to upholding human rights has not only earned it praise from international organizations, but has also helped to build trust and cooperation with migrant communities.
The European Union has struggled to come up with a plan which eases the burden on the Mediterranean countries taking most of the strain.
We want to work so that the mechanism of responsibility at a European level is met with solidarity. And we need to work in order to have effective mechanisms on a European level, because it can't be the country of the first arrival that bears the burden of all the migratory flows.
Back on the Canary Islands, shelters are stretched beyond capacity. Spain says it will provide more tents. Hotels are being turned into temporary accommodation, but it's hard to keep up. More migrants have arrived in November than the last 4 years combined. Charlotte Ballas, Al Jazeera.
One of the most striking outcomes of Spain's immigration policies has been the dramatic reduction in irregular migration to the country. In recent years, the number of migrants attempting to enter Spain illegally has dropped significantly, a testament to the effectiveness of the government's multifaceted approach. By addressing the root causes of migration, expanding legal pathways, and enhancing border security, Spain has been able to reduce the appeal of illegal routes and encourage more orderly and regulated migration. This has not only improved security within Spain, but has also saved countless lives by reducing the number of dangerous sea crossings and other perilous journeys that migrants often undertake.
But that's become impossible. We can no longer maintain that ratio because there are too many children, and we've had to reduce the space they each have.
The centre is currently running thanks to funding from an NGO.
This is a Spanish lesson that we run every day, which Kajali teaches. He's one of our members. He also arrived on a boat.
Kajali is from the Gambia. He's 24 and arrived in El Hierro 2.5 years ago.
Another key factor in Spain's success has been its ability to foster a more positive and inclusive public discourse on immigration. In many countries, immigration is a highly divisive issue that often leads to heated debates and political polarization. However, in Spain, the government has worked to promote a more balanced and constructive dialogue on the topic. This has involved highlighting the contributions that immigrants make to the economy and society, as well as addressing misconceptions and stereotypes about migrants. By fostering a more informed and nuanced discussion on immigration, Spain has been able to build broader public support for its policies and reduce the social tensions that often accompany large-scale migration. Spain's experience with immigration also highlights the importance of leadership and political will in addressing complex challenges. Throughout its efforts to manage the immigration crisis, the Spanish government has demonstrated a strong commitment to finding solutions that are both effective and humane. This has required difficult decisions and a willingness to challenge entrenched interests, but the results speak for themselves.
As the day went on, the tide dropped, exposing an easy path around the border wall. That allowed whole families and miners to try the crossing, some even resorting to an inflatable boat. It's the biggest arrival of migrants ever seen in Ceuta. More than 1,000 children were said to be among the new arrivals. Authorities are overwhelmed by the influx. Madrid says they are urgently sending more resources to the region. Many of the Moroccan migrants celebrated making it across the border.
Spain's success in managing its immigration crisis offers a powerful example of what can be achieved when leaders are willing to take bold and innovative actions in the face of adversity. In addition to its domestic efforts, Spain has also played a key role in shaping international discussions on migration. As a member of the European Union and a major player in global diplomacy, Spain has used its influence to advocate for more coordinated and comprehensive approaches to migration at the international level. This has included pushing for greater international cooperation on issues such as refugee protection, development aid, and the fight against human trafficking. Spain's leadership on these issues has not only helped to advance global efforts to address migration, but has also enhanced its own standing as a responsible and proactive member of the international community. One of the critical components of Spain's immigration strategy has been its focus on social inclusion and cohesion. The Spanish government has recognized that for immigration to be sustainable and beneficial, it is essential to ensure that immigrants are able to integrate into society and contribute to the community. This has involved a range of initiatives aimed at promoting social inclusion, from language and cultural programs to initiatives that foster intercultural dialogue and understanding. By investing in these programs, Spain has been able to create a more inclusive society where immigrants are seen as valuable members of the community rather than outsiders. If you liked this video, please give it a like and subscribe to our channel. Also, leave your comments below and tell us, do you think Spain's solution is sustainable? We want to hear from you. Thank you for watching and see you next time.